do you want it bad enough? It's that simple. I mean, that's when people go to boot camp, when they go to the Marines, when they go to the Navy SEALs, Air Force, the Army, they are put in an environment where you have someone higher up telling you that you have to do this and physically making you do it. Otherwise you quit. And people quit all the time. But those who don't, were they born with that drive, or did it just instinctually happen? Everyone's going to come to a bridge in a road where you go, this is too hard. And you either quit or you figure out how to push through it. And everyone's going to have that in their life. Every single person, doesn't matter how much money you have. A lot of people think, oh, if I have money, my life's going to be easier. Sure. Because your bills are going to get bigger. Your worries are going to get more. I mean, because the money, you can lose the money. That's the problem. The reason that most people, in my opinion, one of the reasons that most traders don't actually make a lot of money trading is because they have this fear in the back of their mind that when they get the money, they're going to lose it all, because they haven't practiced risk mitigation. Because most traders know, regardless of how much money you have, you could have tens of millions of dollars. You could lose it all on one trade. And if your brain knows that and you haven't practiced proper risk mitigation, why is your brain ever going to say, you know what, it's okay for you to have all this money, because we know exactly what to do with it. So you have to have that plan of, I'm all right with that loss. And that goes back to the self-believing, and the truth of the matter is, you have to be okay with accepting that it's going to be hard, it's going to be difficult. Everyone has the ability to become insanely successful in whatever environment they want. It just will take perseverance and insane discipline and pain, mental pain or physical pain.
Mindset challenge number 1 is, and it sounds so simple, right? It is coming back down to basics. Take your own responsibility and stop projecting the responsibility of your trading business onto everyone and everything around you. Now, often we think we do take responsibility, but it's not evident that we actually don't take responsibility. What do I mean with that? Many traders who are having kids, they complain that the kids distract them. So, especially when it's little kids, they're noisy, or they walk into the trading room every 5 minutes and want something, and then the trader gets impatient. Or, they complain that the spouse is not supportive, or that the parents are not supportive. And you know what? I was the same. So, I'm not any better than that, but I worked my way through it. Every single trader has those challenges. What I found is that really successful traders, they still have the same distraction. So remember that when you have a challenge in terms of something distracts you, your responsibility is managing it. So if your kids are sick and you don't perform and they're sick, don't trade. As simple as that. Or trade really small and learn to manage yourself around that situation. If you had a bad day at work, before you go to the trading desk, make sure that you get yourself into a neutral base, where you don't feel all depleted and stressed from work, and then you go to the markets because it feels so good to place a trade. And then rather than using trading to make yourself feel better, you focus again on trading being your business.
What, in your view, is the most important thing to remain consistent over a long period of time, over several years, like you've been in trading?
Trade small. Okay. I mean, people think it's too simplistic, but trade small and follow your rules. And find something, and like Jack said, I could go out and learn different trading methods, but you know what? I love the 3-rod pattern. And the problem is being patient enough to be okay with not trading. It's another very important one. It's okay not to trade. it's okay to mistrade. So, he's asking me for one, there's quite a few, but, it's okay not to trade. Because people feel, oh, if I'm not trading, I'm not making money. Well, you know what? Sometimes we're paid to wait. So, it's that old, trite thing of being patient. But you know what? If I sit there might be 2-3 setups a week with the kind of stuff I do. Maybe not every day. But you really don't need to trade every day. You need to trade when your setups are there. So wait for your setups. In fact, anyone who's a surfer out there, the greatest surfers in the world, paddle out to the break line. And if you watch them, they certainly don't try and catch everybody. Mm-hmm. I'll leave you with that one.
And I was one of them. So many people going around worried about what other systems people are trading and getting that whole, that shiny object thing. And I remember thinking, oh yeah, but why aren't I looking at that trade if he's looking at that trade? And I thought, maybe I'm doing something wrong. When you go through that whole transition of testing and crunching your numbers, knowing your numbers, you really don't care what other people are trading. You lose that whole connection. You just don't care. And that's what gets me. I always tell people that if you're ever in trading forums or chat rooms and those poisonous places online, if you ever see anyone that's saying, you don't want to do that, you want to do this, or, you're wrong, I'm right, or everyone knows what the market's going to do. If you ever see someone who's, the more certain they are about what the market's going to do, the more uncertain you should be to follow them. I think there's a direct correlation there, because any successful trader knows that we don't know what the market's going to do. It's as simple as that. It's our job to just play the probabilities. And the only way you're going to have that mindset is by going and doing the work and putting the testing in.
Even very experienced traders obviously can lose their discipline and can make mistakes and errors, because the nature of the trading environment with the risk and the uncertainty obviously is challenging. So it's not about being perfect and being disciplined all of the time. It's about being disciplined more of the time. Mm-hmm. So I think discipline would be one. I would say another one I think is really important is confidence. That comes up very often as being important, particularly when I talk to if I'm doing work with clients in a hedge fund or in a bank. They'll talk a lot about the importance of confidence. And again, confidence primarily, two big things which influence confidence are experience and then competence, knowing, kind of having the skills, the knowledge, the understanding and the strategy to do the job. So confidence would be a second one. I think probably a third one would be resilience. I think that's probably another key thing. So being able to deal with the highs and the lows of trading, dealing with winning runs, dealing with losing runs, dealing with, changes in market conditions. That probably, bearing in mind the nature of the trading environment with risk and uncertainty, the consequences of each decision, I would say is probably pretty much a fundamental skill for traders to have. Then I think maybe something around adaptability and flexibility. So I think, a flexibility in terms of in the short term, almost like day to day, week to week in the short term, flexing your style to take advantage of a market opportunity. And then adaptability in terms of the longer term, in terms of, making bigger shifts in your trading style or your trading approach to adapt to different market conditions. And I think aligned to that is probably something around maybe creativity, idea generation, being able to find good trading ideas, being creative in those ideas, maybe being a bit different to what other people are doing, is also, quite a good edge to have as a trader.
Bottom line, is there something you can do to increase your mindset so you're okay to trade with more money? You have to really study your wealth consciousness and what money means to you. What is a lot of money? Like, do you know that answer? Like, do you know the answer if I said, what's a lot of money? A lot of people say $1 million. Bro, $1 million is no longer that much money. $1 million is not, you can buy a car for $1 million these days. There's watches out there that you can buy for $250,000. $1 million is not that much money anymore. So you have to define certain terms, like what is a lot of money? What is a little bit of money? How much do you need a month to survive? How much would you want per month? How much do you feel like you deserve every single month? Because when you trade other people's money, it is a slow process initially. Like, it's not like you just go in, you hop in, and boom, you have all this money. So now you're just going to make tons of money. You have to be okay with making money, like internally, because a lot of people will find themselves being totally fine taking small profits and big losses. And you want to know why? The fear of greed. Now, I'll explain what I mean by that. A lot of people inherently and subconsciously feel that they are greedy for trading the stock market or the Forex or the futures market. They feel that they're greedy, and they feel that they're greedy if they want a lot more. But here's what happens. Subconsciously and consciously up front, nobody wants to be labeled as greedy. So if you say, yep, if I make $2 million, I would love to have $2 million, but I don't need any more than $2 million, because if I get to $15 million, then that's just too much, and now I'm greedy. What will inherently happen is every dollar you make, you're getting closer to what number? The greed number. You're getting closer to becoming greedy, and your mind and your body will not let that happen. So what will you do? Self-sabotage. And that's one of the biggest breakthroughs I've ever taught and learned in trading. And that's why people all the time, all over the world, will be very comfortable taking small gains. Let me take 50 bucks here, 50 bucks here, 50 bucks here, 60 bucks, 100 bucks, 200 bucks. And then boom, I just lost 1,000. Why? Why did I lose 1,000? Is it risk mitigation? And sometimes you'll go back through, and it's because for a number of reasons, because your mind doesn't want you to make money. So yeah, man, you've got to go in and you got to really wrestle with yourself and figure out, are you okay making tons of money? Because you're not greedy. You're not greedy. If you, at any point in time, said in your mind, if I make more money, I'm going to help XYZ person, or I'm going to do XYZ for this particular person in my life, that's not greedy. If you want to give, if you want to donate, if you want to do anything with your money other than hoard it to yourself, you literally and inherently cannot be greedy. So I would tell, for most traders, and here's the crazy part though, man. Everyone in the world says the markets are controlled by what? Fear and greed. Yeah. And so we are taught to believe that we're greedy, where they call the people who make money trading greedy. Even though they're not greedy, all they did is figure out that they can have all the money that they want, not be greedy, because there's tons of money out there. Money is limitless, so you can have as much as you want. They'll never run out. Dude, once I realized that, game changer, because then I could go and make as much money as I wanted to and not be greedy, because I know I'm not greedy. I give so much of my money away, man, it's insane. But I want more. That doesn't make me a greedy person, because if I have more money, I can help more people, and that's just easy formula. So I remind myself, okay, it's not about how much you win or lose percentage-wise. It's about how much you lose when you're wrong, and being okay with that, and also changing your mindset with that. Because what I do is I try to change my mindset. If I have a drawdown or I lose, I think of a trader that I know, like you, for example. I've never done this with you because you trade Forex and I don't. But just as an example, I'll think of someone that I know. And when I lose, I go, I gave them money today. Awesome. And I just think of me awesome. Giving money to someone that I like, and it makes the pain a lot less, because I go, man, that wasn't that bad. Like, I gave it to my good buddy Benjamin today, or Robert Falco, or Dean Chance, or Stephen King, or Brad Reed, or LaToya Smith, or whatever. I just think of these people and I go, yeah, they were better than me today. Just like if we're playing poker. So if me and you play poker today and we sit down heads up and you beat me, dude, my good buddy just got some of my money. He was better than me today. Like, how can I be upset about that? You beat me at battle. Here's the money. And so it's, dude, that's the mindset, man. That's the conscious decisions that you have to go with every day and be okay with that. So yeah, you're going to lose. You're going to miss. Losing is entirely different than failing. That's two different things. You will lose. Failure is something entirely different.